how impressed were you with Khabib Nurmagomedov?
I was very impressed with his ground and pound, but I've always have been impressed with his ground and pound. But I got to give Michael Johnson credit. The first 2.5 minutes, he was landing some pretty good punches, and if he kind of calmed himself down, I think he could have landed a couple more counters. And I think one really rocked Khabib really well. It kind of woke him up and made him mad. And as soon as he gets to the ground, he's deadly. But I think, fighting Conor McGregor, and he has that big counter straight, 74-inch reach, and Khabib's is only 70. You got to be careful. You got to respect Conor's counter punch, and
Yeah.
And I think Khabib's striking, was the only thing I kind of kept an eye on him there. He got hit, but he did look amazing, and I was amazed with it. I hate to be like the devil's advocate here or sound like a hater, but I just noticed that is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But phenomenal ground and pound.
We'll get to
Michael Johnson starfish.
We'll get to Gilbert. I'm sorry. We'll get to Conor in a minute. But man, I mean, what scary and mean sounds like on the ground. And Khabib's the shots he was landing, the deep thud, like just the meat sound, which is like, oh God, like those are real damaging. Those are brain damage shots. And did you hear him talking to Michael Johnson?
I did, man. I was like, what's he telling? I think he was telling him to tap out.
Yeah, he was telling him. That shit's terrifying. You got this Muslim Russian with this accent from Dagestan, this guy who fucking wrestled bears as a child, just beating the fuck out of your brain, telling you, I deserve this. I have to fight Conor. I have to fight Conor next. Just tap. Just give up. Just give up, bro.
Oh my God, dude. I know. He had a beautiful 2-on-1 on him. He was smashing them. Yelling stuff between the rounds, and I don't know what was going on, but it was a scary sight, and obviously, everyone was impressed with that, and I was as well, man. I was impressed, but I've seen him do that before. My God, I've seen him do that before.
I mean, it's funny. They have one of those clips you can probably find on YouTube if you care to. I don't know if you do, but our fans might want to hear. They have like those audio clips where you can like actually hear what people are saying in the corners and shit. And in the corner between the first and second, and between the second and third, Khabib was yelling at Dana and yelling at Michael Johnson's corner, "Just stop the fight. I don't want to hurt him. Just stop the fight. I'm gonna hurt your guy." And he fucking was. And then even when he got to the Kimura, he like stopped and like gave him a chance to tap. He didn't want to rip his fucking arm off.
Oh my God, dude! I know. The gentle. I guess he's a gentle warrior. I don't know, dude. It doesn't make sense.
He's definitely a gentleman. It's like it's so tough for that guy because he's a number 1 or number 2 contender, but then you got to understand the other side of the sport. It's a business, right? And it's about marketing. And how do you market that guy in America? It's tough. So I don't know.
Yeah, really tough. But I think you have him fight. I think
Tony.
Fighting Tony Ferguson is what will likely happen, and I'd be okay to see that fight. You know what I mean? And I think everyone would be good too, and give them a chance to both build their names. Because the winner of that one is, how could you deny that the winner of that one? And let Nate and Conor fight or something. I don't know, but you're right. It is a business. It's definitely a business. And
so moving on from what you said, do you see Conor taking a fight with, let's say Khabib and Tony fight, Khabib wins? I don't see him even wanting to fight Khabib. I can't. I'll be shocked if he takes that fight. That's a lose situation for him.
You know what? I agree. But I mean, it comes to a point where who will he fight? He fights Nate next. I think that's a very challenging fight. They have unfinished business, and of course, the business side, they'll sell a shitload of tickets again, right?
Yeah.
You fight Ferguson or Khabib, you're right. Those guys aren't going to sell the tickets, and they have a chance to make a name off of you. But maybe you fight someone like George St. Pierre, maybe you fight somebody else, but eventually, you're going to have to fight. So if you fight everybody, you're going to have to fight somebody. You can't duck these guys forever. Not that he's ducking them, but I mean, you're going to have to give these guys a shot one day or another, or one time or another. It's going to have to happen.